Adam here from the Walzer Automotive Group, and what I want to do today is take you on a test drive. So next to me here, I have the all-new 2026 Mazda CX-5. We'll look at the interior, exterior, some of the trim level specifics, then go for a spin around, see what it's like out on the road. All right, so now we're behind the wheel of the 2026 Mazda CX-5, and this is the 2.5S Premium Plus package. So it's kind of confusing because there is about 9 different trim levels or way you can kind of shake out the new Mazda CX-5, but they did make some pretty cool updates. So we'll cover some stuff in this trim level, as well as some stuff you can get on the lower tier trim levels. Now, the most notable thing in here is the new 15.6-inch display. Now, this is going to be an option on some of the higher tier trim levels when you add in those premium packages, but there is going to be a little bit smaller display. So if you're not a huge fan of the big screen, that would be one of the big changes. There is a smaller 12-inch display, but they did go away from the little controller down here, so it's all going to be built into the touchscreen, but it's really easy to use, and once you get used to it, it's a pretty awesome feature. Now, as far as big redesign features go, you'll notice on the outside of the vehicle for 26, they've just kind of modernized the CX-5. So the outgoing CX-5 model accounted for about 1/3 of Mazda's sales. So they do have quite a few vehicles in the lineup, so they didn't want to stray too far away from the previous gen, but it just feels a little bit more updated, a little bit more comfortable, also got a little bit wider and a little bit longer. So before we get too much into the weeds, let's put it in drive and go for a spin around. Let's begin with what powers these new CX-5s. So there's just one engine option. It's going to be a 2.5-liter 4-cylinder, and that's going to be their Sky Active engine. So it's a very fuel-efficient motor. Now, all Mazdas come with all-wheel drive when we're looking at the SUV line. So there is no front-wheel drive. Typically, manufacturers usually charge about a $2,000 upgrade to go from maybe a front-wheel drive to an all-wheel drive model, but just know that all Mazda SUVs do come standard with all-wheel drive. So we're just kind of on the tail end of winter here in Minnesota, so having that all-wheel drive all winter long has been pretty awesome for these Mazda SUVs, yet you don't sacrifice a ton of fuel economy. You're still looking at 30 miles per gallon on the highway when you're looking at this new CX-5. Now again, kind of back to the dimensions of this vehicle, being that it's a little bit wider and longer, they added about 4.5 inches to the wheelbase. So really, what does that mean? A little bit more room in that second row and about 2 inches more in the cargo area. So if we kind of start back there in that cargo area, it's a 40-20-40 split seat. So basically, most manufacturers kind of offer that 60-40 split. This one kind of cuts the middle. So if you got 2 kids that are in hockey, want to have their hockey sticks and their hockey bags running through the middle, but still put 2 kids in the back, that's a pretty convenient feature. Now there is also little handles you can pull in the back to fold the seats down. There's a little kind of loop in the center one. Mazda just makes it really easy and usable to kind of Lego set up the way you want your vehicle to look. Now this Premium Plus also has a power liftgate on the back, so you can push the button on the back or on the key fob. That's going to open it up for you. Just makes it really simple to load everything up. Now, this Premium Plus does get some pretty cool black accents on the outside of the vehicle. So it gets the blacked out wheels, some of the lower trim on the vehicle is also going to be kind of blacked out, the mirror caps, the roof rack rails, and then this one also gets that optional crossbar package. So if you got the ski box or you want to put the mountain bike up above, Mazda does offer some OEM parts so you can get out and kind of enjoy the outdoors. I like the redesign. So the style is really cool. You can hear as I have the blinker on now. To me, it's kind of like a luxury feature, but the blinker fades in and out. It does, I've seen it on some of the German SUVs where it does look really good. It just kind of adds that little sense of luxury, which is really something Mazda does to me compared to most of the vehicles it's competing with. Yes, I know it competes with Honda, Toyota, and Nissan, but some of those little luxury features almost push this thing more towards Audi and BMW. The interior has always been a little bit ahead of maybe some of the competition when we're looking at just materials and the way everything's laid out. They've done such a great job with the CX-5. I think the first redesign was in like 2013, so they carried that from about 2013, so there wasn't a massive amount of upgrades or changes, and this one kind of feels the same to me. They just modernized it a little bit more, added some cool equipment in here, and a few different packages. Now, looking at the inside, like I said, that second row, one thing that I absolutely love that they added is the 90-degree doors. So now they swing basically completely open, so the door isn't hitting you in the backside if you're loading the kids into the car seat, putting stuff in that second row, whether you got the seats folded down and you're loading stuff in, or you got the kids in the car seats, you're trying to load everybody up. It just makes it so much more convenient when you get that little bit of added space. It makes all the difference. So I do like that. This Premium Plus also will feature vents, as well as USB-C charging, and then heated seats for the second row. So whether it's date night, you got the adults in the back, or you got the kiddos and they're getting out of the car seats, everybody's gonna be nice and toasty and comfortable when you're on the move. But Where you're gonna wanna be is up here in the driver's seat. So like I said, with the infotainment screen, this is the 15.6-inch display. I know we're gonna kind of be split in the comment section if people like it or not, but man, does it work really well. I paired my phone up with wireless Apple CarPlay. You can do Android Auto in here. Google Maps is going to be built into this system. Just makes it so easy to not be messing with your phone. And then there is also wireless charging down here. So as soon as I hop in, paired it all up, I have my phone set up. It just makes it so simple to just even use voice controls on the steering wheel. So you don't even have to think about having your telephone in your hand. And there's a ton of safety and different equipment to go along with that as well. Now, what I think is the coolest update to the CX-5, right here on the steering wheel, there's a little camera button. So I'm going about 20 miles an hour. If I hit the camera button, it pulls up the 360 camera. So what's really cool about that, I can see side to side. I can see kind of a 360 top-down view of the vehicle. That is really cool. And when you're in park, you can even click that button and it does like a 360 around the car to show you maybe the kids left some toys in the driveway, busy grocery store, wherever you might be moving away from. That is really sweet. And you just click it again, it goes right back into my CarPlay. So that's got my text messaging, Google Maps, Spotify. That again is so good. And then just the home screen, you can go through and program a few different things in here. There's also a couple selectable drive modes. So if you're planning on doing a little bit of light off-roading, you can switch it into that mode. You can put it into sport mode. If you want a little bit more zip, I think this is right around 187 horsepower, which doesn't sound like a lot. But for me, I'd rather have the good fuel economy versus maybe a turbocharged engine that's got a little bit more get up and go off the line to sacrifice getting 30 miles per gallon with the all-wheel drive. I think, how many times have I ever even floored my own vehicle? Not very much. And this thing gets out and moves onto these 55-mile-an-hour roads just fine, and it's quiet and comfortable when you're doing that. So these wheels do get a little bit more sidewall on the tire. It's not a great day today. Like I said, we're right at the edge of the springtime coming, so the roads are pretty beat up. It's a little bit rainy today as well. So having that nice amount of tire makes it quiet and really comfortable in here. That also is with the seats that are also pretty comfortable. Now, these are gonna be a power seat with lumbar on my side as well. They're gonna be heated, they're gonna be ventilated, so when the summer finally hits, if you've never had ventilated seats before, it's a pretty sweet feature. But then another great feature is the heated leather wrap steering wheel. Just the leather material in here is just, it's different. It feels really good and very premium to me. I always love, like I said, the Mazda materials that they use. It flows onto the dash, which looks really nice with the stitching. This, I think, is called the Sport Tan. So it's a little bit different color, but they kept the red on the outside. That's their outgoing color. It looks so awesome in the sun. And there is a few different other choices. The first one we saw, it was a gray. I think it was on the CX-30 before. So a couple different options for color on the outside, but man, do they look cool. Especially with those LED headlights up front. It just gives the vehicle kind of a unique, and like I said, that kind of luxury look to it. But I mean, overall, the ride and drive, it's awesome. It's quiet, it's comfortable, it's so easy to live with day to day. That's something Mazda has always done with the CX-5, and there's a reason you see a million of them on the road. It's because they just kind of work. And this 2.5 has been pretty proven to be a pretty reliable engine along with the transmission. Not a CVT, just your regular 6-speed automatic in here, which is also really nice. But I mean, as I kind of go through some of these curvy roads, I'm not even in sport mode, mind you, but it's fun. It's fun to drive. Mazdas have always been a little bit sportier than maybe some of the other vehicles that are out there, but it just, you know, whether your commute is 10 minutes or even a full hour, being comfortable and having fun when you're behind the wheel is a pretty big deal. This Mazda kind of delivers on all fronts. Another thing in here, I have the heads-up display. It's telling me how fast I'm going, speed limit. You can also program some of your safety settings. So up there, that would show me my adaptive cruise control. So right here on the steering wheel, I can set that kind of 4, 3, 2, 1, keeps that car length distance to the vehicle ahead of you. If you have an older vehicle and you don't have something with adaptive cruise, that is really pretty nice. And then you also have some of the lane departure mitigation, emergency braking. I mean, you could spend 20 minutes just going through the standard safety in this vehicle. There's so much good stuff, all the way down to just the blind spot monitoring in the mirrors, like you kind of expect these days, and that crazy 360 backup camera. There's a lot of good stuff in here. Now, we do have to touch on the price. So average new car price in the US right now is about $50,000. So I get it, that's very expensive. But this, again, being the Premium Plus model, this one MSRP is gonna come in right at about $42,000. So we're some $8,000 back at the average new car price in the US. But not all average vehicles get heated, ventilated seats, heated steering wheel, wireless CarPlay with a 15-inch display. Plus, this one also gets a Bose sound system and the full panoramic sunroof up above. There's a lot of really cool stuff in here. Not only that, but it's comfortable, it's easy to use, and when you shop with Walser, we offer an 8-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. That means you're going to be on the road for almost the next decade, and all you're doing is enjoying your time and being comfortable behind the wheel. I mean, this one with the full digital gauge cluster now, there's a little button on the left side of the steering wheel you can go through, just kind of keep track of some of your pertinent information, whether that's your fuel economy or you just want the basic look, or that also can read the stop signs, which is pretty convenient, and then just a few of those little safety features. So, I know it's a lot of information kind of quickly, but they start around the $31,000, $32,000 price point. Again, that's going to come with the all-wheel drive. That's going to come with a lot of the safety features standard. It's going to come with the same engine. So if you're looking to save a few bucks, you can go down about 10 grand and still get a lot of good stuff out of this Mazda vehicle. Or if you want to go with the Premium Plus, get some pretty cool stuff like this one. They pretty much offer one for a lot of different price points and budgets. And, you know, kind of if you want some of the luxury stuff, I think it might be worth getting because it does make your day-to-day drive pretty good. But I think the best thing to do is get out, take one for a spin, and see what you think. Now that was just a quick look and drive at the new 2026 Mazda CX-5. Now if you have any other questions or you'd like to schedule a test drive, you can visit us online at walser.com or stop by anytime. We'd be more than happy to help. Thanks again for watching.